Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, my darlings. Whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. This is a message that's going to be labeled for April 28th because I'm posting it in time for April 28th, where I am in the world. But depending on where you are, may have come and gone. You may not see it for a few weeks, months, years, whatever the case may be. So we're setting the intention that this be a message for you for the next 24 hours. From whenever you happen to see the video. Happy birthday to all the April 28th babies out there. And happy birthday to you if it happens to be your birthday on whatever random day you may stumble upon this message. There may or may not be an additional message after the card of the day. Sometimes it ties in, and if it will, but we'll see. There's some things that I may or may not say. Okay, so we have Four of Pentacles as today's card of the day. Not surprising, wasn't it yesterday that we had Four of Swords and now we have Four of Pentacles? That in itself is a message. So, we have 2 days in a row. We had Four of Swords yesterday. We have Four of Pentacles today. And so 4 is an angel number that I think a lot of us need this message right now. It's actually a very comforting message. But 4 is an angel number that comes up that we might see on repetition, or it might be repeated to us to basically say that there are things happening behind the surface, behind the scenes, I should say. There's things happening behind the scenes right now that concern you, that are going to make you very happy, that you're not aware of. You don't see it coming. It's not on your radar. Okay, I don't care if you are the most intuitive person on the planet, okay, or in the universe or whatever, right? But even with intuition, it's really hard for intuitive people to be able to pick up on things about themselves or concerning themselves. And why that is a whole nother video, a whole nother topic. But, even if you're an intuitive person, you may not know, or you may not sense or be aware that there's these things happening behind the scenes for you, that your angels are working behind the scenes and bringing things together for you right now. Things are being brought together, things are being prepared, and soon enough you're going to see what it is. It's going to be presented to you. Okay. So 4 is being repeated yesterday, today. So 4 is like saying, look, it's coming together. You don't know about it. You don't see it, but it's on its way. It's going, down the assembly line. It's being put together, and soon enough it will be here. In the message of the Four of Pentacles. Now, this card comes up in a few different ways. Four of Pentacles is a card that has to do with self-preservation and protecting our boundaries, protecting our resources, protecting our space. Okay, some of you may have somebody reaching out here in the near future. Maybe they've already reached out and they may be asking to come stay with you. And maybe previously you had said, hey, anytime you need a place or whatever, I've been really blessed, and if you want to come stay with me or you want to come visit, maybe you've extended that offer in the past. But because of what's going on right now energetically, it might not be such a good idea to have somebody in your space, right? You might be more selective also about people coming over, people coming into your space. So as you're releasing, as you're healing, as you're working on your things, perhaps maybe at this time you may be a little bit more sensitive to the energies of others, right? Energy is contagious, right? That's why they always say you can't fly with eagles if you're walking with turkeys, and all that kind of sayings and expressions. But there just might be energy that's not good for you right now. And it's not even about like, oh, this person's a bad person or they're low vibrational. They just might have a lot of things going on in their life that you don't need take that on to the stuff that you're already dealing with or the stuff that you're already working through. So this could be to protect your space. Some of you in connection with your healing and your release may also be finding that, those of you who are working through issues of safety, um, you may be doing things to feel more safe or secure in your environment. Maybe you're getting a guard dog. Maybe you're learning self defense. Maybe you're putting up some kind of alarm system or some kind of, security features around your property. Um, I don't know. Maybe you're learning different, ways of defending yourself. But there could be that aspect here for some of you too when the Four of Pentacles comes up. Four of Pentacles also comes up in my readings when there's about to be a really big financial blessing coming to you, right? And it could be in a very unexpected way. Perhaps maybe there's going to be some kind of severance situation from a work situation where you're getting like, and this kind of came up a little bit in the Eight of Pentacles message the other day, but there could be some kind of severance coming in that you might be receiving. Perhaps somebody passed away and they left you money unexpectedly. Maybe you're getting some kind of restitution payment, or some legal payment might be coming your way from some kind of court case or car accident or whatever it might be. But Four of Pentacles comes up sometimes to say that there's money coming your way, and this money is meant to be kept. It's not for you to go, like spending it on everybody else, or I would even say donating it. Sometimes we think, oh, what a blessing. Let me give some money away. Let me donate. Not yet. When the Four of Pentacles comes up, it says not yet. This money has come to you to invest into yourself and the ideas that you've been having, the inspirations that you've been having. It's basically money coming in to, pay for your needs and your expenses as you're working on something that will bring you financial abundance. But while you're working on it, you're not getting paid for it, right? Somebody might write an amazing, bestseller, but typically they're not getting paid while they're writing. All that stuff comes later. The book deals, the contracts, they're gonna take the book and turn it into a movie, like all that money comes later. And so this money coming in maybe just kind of fund this process, this creative process, or getting some kind of business going that you've been feeling guided to do. So when this financial blessing comes in, Four of Pentacles is saying, hold on to it. Hold on to it, invest it in yourself. Okay. Another way Four of Pentacles comes in here is sometimes in our healing process, we may feel led or guided to take some time to like clear our past experiences with other people, especially around like love or romance, or things in childhood. And so we may feel protective of our body, and we may come into a time where we're feeling guided to have deliberate celibacy or abstinence from physical intimacy. However, you feel you want to do that. But sometimes this card comes up when we're just like not engaging in physical intimacy with others. It's not due to lack of drive. Like I really want to emphasize that. It's not because you don't have a desire for it. It's not because you don't have interest in it, because I'll tell you, you could be in that. It oftentimes, it's, I could say for women, I don't know about men because I've never been a man, I've never lived as a man. I can't speak from a male perspective, but I can tell you that a woman in that energy where you just might be saying, okay, I'm not interested in that right now. And you ladies, I'm sure you can let me know in the comments. That seems to be the time that everybody's like, chasing after you, or everybody's trying to like, get you into bed. So it's not because you don't have options. It's not because you don't have opportunities. It's not because you don't have the desire to physically, or like the urge to physically, but you may not have the desire to connect with someone in that way because you're guarding your energy, you're protecting your energy. It's not even a thing of like morality, you know. I think sometimes people get, come to me in private readings and they get really hung up on that when they're like, oh, like I'm trying not to, sleep around, or I'm trying not to, like, do that, because it's kind of like if somebody's dieting and they're like, oh, I know I shouldn't be eating that way. It's not like that. It's not about, oh, I have to be good. It's not about I have to be good. It's about, you know, my peace is important to me. My emotional stability and feelings are important to me. And so I'm being very selective about who I'm letting into that space. It's not about, oh, I should be doing this, or, oh, I want to be good, or, it's just kind of like you're really protecting your space and your energy. You don't have a desire in that way. You don't have a desire to get entangled with people who are not going to be good for you. And this can also really help in the healing process. I think some people don't realize that they can't be sleeping with someone and not getting feelings. Some people can do it. I honestly do believe that there are people out there that, they can just left and right, go and do that, and they're not going to get emotionally invested, or they're not going to get emotionally attached. And good for them, like we're all kind of wired differently. But for people who are wired in the way where they can't without bonding, or they can't without having emotion, it's, you may realize that, okay, I'm going to take some time here, and I'm not going to let myself get attached in that way, right? Unless I know that this is a good person for me, there's a future here, like we're going to have a life together. Okay, then at that point I can allow myself to get emotionally invested. At that point I can allow myself to bond with this person in this way. So some of you might be becoming very selective about like physical contact and physical intimacy with others when the Four of Pentacles comes up. One more thing I would say intuitively, we are in Mercury retrograde, and some of you are not going to like what I'm about to say. but it's coming in. We know that Mercury retrograde is historically, time and time again, proven as a time when, people from the past will resurface. People from the past will try to get with us again. It doesn't always have to be exes, but, it is kind of like ex, popping up season. But uh, Four of Pentacles, I got the sense right now of like batten down the hatches, because those of us who have really been working on healing, like really, really been working on healing, I'm getting the sense and the feeling that it's going to be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous between now and the end of Mercury retrograde, which I think is like what, May 5th? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. People that are going to be falling out of the woodwork. People who just been falling out of the rafters. Like, what in the heck? How did this person even find me? And it's not all going to be exes or romantic partners. I'm sure that there's going to be enough of that mixed in, but there's going to be all kinds of people. People who bullied you, people who were frenemies, people who, just were disrespectful in some kind of way. Friendships that just kind of fell out. There's going to be a lot of people resurfacing because they're awakening. And for a lot of you, these people are coming back with sincerity. Like, I'm really sorry. I really messed up. What is the story in the Bible with I can't believe I'm forgetting. I like, I'm really good with Bible stories. I don't know if it was Jacob, but there was the story of like God tested one of his servants. I don't know if it was Jacob, um, or Isaac or someone else, but God sent angels in the form of strangers, And it was just kind of like to see, like, how are you going to treat this person? How are you going to treat these strangers? Are you going to be hospitable to them? Are you going to, get them food? Are you going to get them water? Are you going to, help them on their way? Or are you going to just completely ignore them or take advantage of them, or, just like not care at all? Like, how are you going to treat, these angels? And so they were hospitable towards these angels, and so they received a reward. I don't know if that was I don't know, I can't remember who it was. Okay, so I had to pause and I had to look it up. I was way off. I was way off. So it was Lot. Like, God sent these angels to Lot as strangers, to see like what he was gonna do, if he was gonna protect them, because um God was gonna destroy that city because of their violence towards one another. They were very, very violent people. They were very hateful. They were very barbaric. And so God was going to destroy that city. And so I guess in a way it was like a test, like, are you going to protect these strangers when stuff starts going down? And then I will protect you and your family. And Lot protected those strangers, he kept them safe. And so God protected Lot and his family from the danger and the destruction that befell that city. Um, and so the reason why I'm bringing that up is I feel like some of you are dealing with people who are going to really genuinely see, genuinely realize that you came as a lifeboat. You came to do help. You came to heal. You were, in essence, an answer to a prayer. People say, oh, people are garbage. They're terrible. They're fake. They just want to use you. They just want your money. They just want to, sleep with you. They just want this. They just want that. And, everybody's garbage. And then God says, okay, here's a person. Here's a good person. Here's someone who's here for you. Here's someone who's holding space for you. Here's someone who's going to have your back. Here's somebody who's going to be a good friend, maybe even a good spouse or whatever. And they just took a giant dump on you. Maybe they made fun of you, they took advantage of you, they used you, whatever. And they're realizing that was an answer to a prayer, and I crapped all over it, right? How many times do we see in like the religious accounts, God sent servants, God sent messengers, God sent prophets, and what did they do? They killed them. And so these people are having this kind of awakening, and they're going to be reaching out to you. And for a lot of you, these people are going to genuinely want to reconnect. And Four of Pentacles is saying, do not in like it's too late. It's too late at this point to let this person in. You had your chance, you had your opportunity, to be, decent or to be good, but I cannot allow, someone that behaved in that toxic of a way, that damaging of a way back in. I'm not talking about maybe a missed opportunity, a missed connection. Sometimes timing isn't right. Things like that. I'm talking about people who are outright terrible to you. Outright terrible. And so it's okay to not respond. It's okay to just tumbleweeds and crickets, not say a thing. And I'm gonna say something else too. For some of you, you may have appeared very unassuming your whole life. You may have been somebody that maybe did not stand out, or you may have been someone who was not deemed to be physically attractive by the current society standards or beliefs. And maybe you've tried really, really hard to change that, and you haven't been able to. You're just like, I can't change it. For whatever reason, whatever I do to change these things about my physical appearance, it's not working. I can't do it. I'm trying, but I can't do it. But that was the thing. God knows what he's doing. And he put you in that packaging. You're that angel in disguise to see the character and the heart of certain people that you're encountering, that you're coming into their life with your purpose and with your path. And I feel that for a lot of you, you're going to find that all of a sudden, there's going to be a lot of big changes in your physical appearance, where the things you couldn't change that bothered you are beginning to change. And the lesson for you to learn is that it's not about your physical appearance. These things are going to change, but they're changing because, number one, you've completed that mission of like being in disguise. That's done now. And number two, for you to have learned in the process that it's not about what you look like. Okay, your mother did not toil in hours and hours of labor for you to be born and get people off. That's not your purpose in life is not to get everybody off. It isn't. And so you're realizing now that that's not what really matters. And you're realizing who you are. You're realizing your heart, your spirit, your value as a soul, as a person of character, as a person of content. And now the physical stuff is going to start changing. And by that, you may be very, very cautious, or very, very selective, I should say, about who you're going to entertain moving forward. Right? It's kind of like if somebody won the lottery and they had, like, millions or billions of dollars or whatever, and now all of a sudden everybody wants to be their friend. Now all of a sudden everybody wants to date them. That person's not stupid. They know why these people are around. And so you may see, okay, now all these people are coming into my life, or all these people, even strangers, people you're meeting new. And you might know, oh gosh, this person, woof, if they saw me 6 months ago, they wouldn't give me the time of day. They'd be talking all kinds of trash about me and making fun of me and laughing at me. And you're not going to be friends with that person. You're not going to do business with that person. You're not going to, hook up with that person or date that person. And so there's a big shift here coming up for a lot of the collective who have been dealing with that for a very long time. And the lesson for you is that, yes, these things are changing physically, but it's never about that. It was never about that. And now that it's changing and shifting, you're going to be selective of who you're sharing that physical, that outward beauty with. So that's the message that came in. I wasn't expecting that. There was something else I was going to say, but I just let spirit bring me the words, and I think it's far better than what I was anticipating possibly saying. So I thank you all for listening. I hope this message is helpful. I hope you all have a fabulous day ahead, and be well. Take care, my darlings.